few things in video games get me excited like guest characters appearing in fighting games. There's just something uniquely appealing about seeing someone from a beloved series appear in a game that allows you to experience their moves and skill set in a completely different way. While guests were rare just a few years ago, games like Mortal Kombat, Injustice, and Smash Bros. Have seemingly blown the door wide open. So, what better time than now to list the top guest characters from fighting games? The one rule for this list, because some games have more guest characters than others, is that for the sake of variety, I'm going to limit it to one character per game in a series. Ready? Let's begin. Tekken and Street Fighter will forever be eternal rivals in the fighting game world, and though they had a big crossover event with Street Fighter X Tekken, Akuma being a guest in Tekken 7 was a big deal. It wasn't just an afterthought either. This was one of Street Fighter's most well-known anti-heroes, being written into the actual story of a mainline Tekken game. This whole list could be devoted to Smash Bros. Guest characters, but there are rules in place here. So, if I had to boil it down to one character introduced in Smash Bros. Brawl, it would have to be Solid Snake. It's a tough choice between Snake and Sonic, but at this point, Sonic and Mario had already been doing the Olympics together, and it just didn't feel as groundbreaking as Solid Snake sneaking his way into a Nintendo-centric crossover fighting game. Plus, he's got his own secret codec conversations on every character, which is a step beyond what anyone could ever have expected. SoulCalibur IV featured a trio of Star Wars characters, but Yoda's wild fighting style gives him the nod over Darth Vader and The Apprentice. Yoda was as fun to play as he was a pain in the ass to play against, with a moveset that had him jumping all over the place while using quick swipes and diving attacks to deal heavy damage.
Such savage thoughts.
Like Smash Bros., there are several characters from Mortal Kombat X that could make it on this list, but if I had to choose one, it would be the Alien. The Xenomorph was perfectly adapted to Mortal Kombat style, right down to the Tarkaton arm blades, while also maintaining everything that makes it such a terrifying movie monster. Acid attacks, freaky tongue thing, long spear-like tail, it's all here.
These cameos are killing me.
Rare might have missed the boat on a Battletoads Killer Instinct crossover back in the day, but at least Iron Galaxy managed to make it happen with the rebooted Killer Instinct in 2015. Rash is a super fun character to use, with a grapple hook mechanic using his tongue that lets him zip around the field, the ability to transform into objects just like he does in the NES Classic, and the ability to dance to his theme song. From Toads to Turtles, Injustice 2 did the unthinkable by adding not one, not two, not three, but all four Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the price of one. It was a fantastic value, especially because even though the four turtles shared the same core set of moves, the ways in which they were different dramatically affected their fighting style. Leo was solid all around, Mikey was a mix-up machine, Donnie excelled at long range and utilized gadgets and traps, and Raphael was a close-range powerhouse.
Let's go.
If you were to tell me, when I was a small, impressionable child, that in the year 2014, there would be a game that would include Mario, Sonic, Ryu, and Cloud Strife, I'd probably say, oh, you mean they added new characters to Super Smash Flash on Newgrounds. But then, if you were to tell me, no, not a fan-made Flash game, it's a AAA crossover fighting game on a Nintendo platform, I would probably just break down and cry because that sounds amazing. 2014 is so far away, and now I don't know what to do with this information. For many, Crash was the mascot of PlayStation, but for me, it was Cloud, because Final Fantasy VII was the game that I always wanted to play, but couldn't because I was a Nintendo boy, and to see him in Smash was a big deal. As you can tell from this list, SoulCalibur has a bit of a reputation for including some pretty awesome guest characters. And with SoulCalibur VI, that tradition is carried on with the White Wolf, the Butcher of Blaviken, the naked dude in the tub that always shows up on my Twitter feed, Geralt of Rivia. Geralt's fighting style fits right in with the rest of the SoulCalibur VI cast, while also making him feel wholly unique as he combines his expert swordplay with his magical signs, leading to awesome moments like this.
Stand up. Now taste my steel! Not your lucky day.
Even today, in a world where guest characters are much more common, Link appearing in any game other than Zelda or Smash Bros. Would be a big deal. Back in 2002, this was huge. Cheap ring-out throw aside, Link was a great guest character with a very unique fighting style in SoulCalibur II that focused a lot on projectiles, his iconic moves, and that damn throw. And that's my list. I know I left out some great ones like Kratos, Predator, Ezio, but I'm curious to know what the ones you think I left out are. Let me know your picks of your favorite guest characters in the comments, and while you're here, check out my review for SoulCalibur VI. Thanks for watching, and for all things fighting games, keep it here on IGN.